Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Hard. And by first, I mean second attempt at a first episode. In this series, I'm going to try and get better at the mystifying game known as Yu-Gi-Oh! In this episode, I'm using one of the hot decks of the moment, Swordsoul Tenyi, and it's a lot of fun. But as you'll see, I am not very good at the game. We are still learning, we are still growing, and this is a chronicle of that. My goal is to be able to win, or at least to place at my locals. I have a very strong locals. I live in Buffalo, and this area actually has a very big Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, which is great. This is not the first card game I've played, so I'm not starting from scratch. And I have been playing this game on and off for the past 2 years. But I started playing back when I was a 12-year-old, back when the show was on, but got back into it about 2 years ago, and have been banging my head against this wall ever since. And with that, why don't we start with the actual... So I'm going to be providing a running commentary to this game. Well, all these games, because otherwise it would seem pretty boring if nothing was over top of it. And in this first exciting game, I lost the die roll, and I'm going second, and then this person card of demises, and I'm gonna guess didn't get what they wanted, and then just ended the duel. And then that's okay. On to the next one. I'm using Dueling Nexus for the time until Master Duel comes out, or at least we have a little bit better of an idea how you will be getting cards in Master Duel, because we have no idea currently. And I got bodied by the rock, paper, scissors game once again. Start off with a pot of extravagance, to which I just ash. Surprised to find out that Ash Blossom is currently going for $20 a copy. I'm on the hunt for 2 of my 6, So I've just started playing the Swordsoul Tenyi deck, and I am really enjoying it. Obviously, it's very meta, but the Tenyis are really fun, and the Swordsouls seem like a really cool sort of unit. They seem not totally idiot-proof, but they definitely seem like one of the less complicated decks a new player can learn, at least in my opinion. Of course, playing this game in paper is pretty expensive, because of course it is. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! And before I invest in any paper decks, I want to try and actually get a feel for what I'm getting into. And I'm hoping Master Duel is a suitable replacement for Dueling Nexus or Dueling Pro or Dueling Book or whatever Yu-Gi-Oh! Simulator you're using. I really love Duel Links, and we'll probably do some videos for that at some point as well, since I am a big fan of that game as well. And that's a very slick, well put together game, so I'm hoping that Master Duel follows suit. From what I've seen, it looks pretty good, so I'm excited about that. I also, something I really like about this Swordsoul Tenyi deck is just the amount of body you can put on the field is really nice, and the synergy between them is just so good. Really love the art for Draco Berserker. So we're able to win our first duel legitimately, and not just have somebody not get the cards they were looking for. And I definitely don't want this just to be a catalog of look how good I am at this game, or look how bad I am at this game. It's probably going to be more of that. But hopefully we can actually see some real progress and growth throughout the course of this. That's honestly what I'm hoping for. This is me trying to get rid of that bar because I can't activate the effects of the monster I want to because it's currently being blocked by that bar, and that actually screws me later as well. But whatever. Still figuring out the technical difficulties. Usually I don't play this game on my laptop, but for the purposes of the recording, I have to. Tenyi's great. The Link 1 proving once again to be extremely powerful, not super surprising. But yeah, the Link 1s are very good. Especially with Tenyi's. Theirs really gets you off to the races a lot of the time, at least in terms of having cool effects in your graveyard with all the Tenyi's. And the Tenyi's are so easy to summon because all of them, they're all essentially Cyber Dragon, where as long as, I guess they're not Cyber Dragon at all. As long as you control no effect monsters, you can summon them for free, which is great. And then you can link it off into their Link 1 Tenyi, and then you have, they all have good effects in the graveyard. The bouncing one is one of my favorites, but they're all good. I also really like how easy it is for the Sword Souls to go into their synchros and even get rewarded for doing it. It's also cool just to see a synchro deck with a few links be a top deck. It's fun that I really like where the format has kind of, this is me trying to fix the fact that I can't activate certain spells, but then I just made it worse. So I guess activate certain monster effects, but I just made it worse. So I went back to this. And then I had no idea what was going on when I returned. But thankfully, this deck is a little idiot proof, so does I don't get punished too hard for trying to fix my screen mid-game. Trains seem like a really fun deck. I wouldn't mind trying them out at some point and looking up a list and giving them a go. There's a lot of fun gimmick decks that I want to try out for the channel. Both just to test them out and just because I like the theming a lot. Really want to make Reptilians work. I feel like they're so close to working with their new support. I really want to make that work. I'm kind of interested in Floandries too, because I have opened up just a ton of it, and I want to see if I can make anything good out of it online. But yeah, I was able to clear the train tanks that were getting me. Yeah, then they just they GG'd. Really like how the one synchro boss for Swordsoul, and I say the one as if there aren't like 3 of them. With the one that is sort of like a mini Grenmaju is really fun. And I like that it takes into account both sides. So if you're in the mirror match, you can essentially get some huge bodies on the field, which is always fun. Or if you're in a Grenmaju match, which then you would lose in combat to Grenmaju, but he's got no protection, so you could just bounce his ass back. Or just destroy him. But still fun. I'll probably do that deck at some point as well. One of the Tenyi. One thing I'm not really sure of for this channel yet is how much I want to have it be a focus on one deck or multiple decks, and just getting used to it and really learning one deck. I'll probably do a mixture of trying to learn the Swordsoul really well, and also mess around with some fun decks. Because I imagine watching these plays over and over again probably gets repetitive. In Duel Links, the reason I'm doing this game instead of Duel Links, outside of the fact that I have a stronger desire to get better at this game, although I'm probably better at Duel Links, is I play a Red Eyes deck primarily on there, and people would just see the same things over and over again. So once I have a few more decks I want to showcase, I'll probably do some Duel Links as well. But that Red Eyes deck is very fun, and I wish Red Eyes was competitive. I shouldn't say the real game, but the master duel format. Oh no. And this is where I misunderstand what this card does, and think I'm banishing a card to draw a card, and in reality, I just negated my own goddamn monster, so I couldn't continue my play the way I wanted to. And I am an idiot, so I discard effect failure anyway, thinking I can then summon a Tenyi. But I can't. So that happened. And then I realized I boned myself, and then end my turn. Try and Ash Blossom this. And then I realize that effect that can be chained is the one I just did, of negating my own monster. And then I stupidly try and go for it again to negate the pendulum. I don't know what I was thinking. There's a spell that's in there, and then I end up having to negate my own monster again because I'm an idiot. But you know, that happens sometimes. Sometimes you negate your own monsters, and that's okay. You're probably gonna lose that duel, but it's still okay. Yep. And then it's pretty much all bad news from here. There's quite a bit left to this duel because we grind out for a little while, but well, we'll see. Get that synchro on board. Nice dueling nexus glitch. So I don't get my synchro here. I do get a Tenyi back, but I'm pretty much boned, especially because I summoned the token in attack position, which was really intelligent. But what I thought was weird was I couldn't link off into the Tenyi, because I was going to try and bounce something, but it just wouldn't let me link off, so I don't know if that was a dueling Nexus thing, or if one of these cards prevented me from special summoning, but I don't believe either of them do. I think that might just be a glitch with Dueling Nexus, which they happen. They do happen from time to time, so yeah, but not sure. But then I just go to battle. I considered just exiting out because there's no way to get out of this, but then my sportsmanship rounds out, and I just decided to crash. Yeah, and then there it goes. Which, I don't know why they even bothered, because it's like attacking directly anyway, but whatever. Unfortunately, I have another turn. And since I don't get the Pot of Extravagance, it's pretty much curtains. But it is kind of cool to think that, like, with Pot of Extravagance, maybe I could have turned it around. It really makes me wait a long time to die here. I don't know what's going on. But with Pot of Extravagance, I could have potentially turned it around. But I got Tenyi Spirit instead. And then I tried to activate its effect, and then I ended up setting it because of my bar. So, and then Forlorn, I end my turn, knowing what is next. And then we go into Access Code Talker. So why not? And then 5300 to the Dome. And with that, that is the end of the first set of duels that I wanted to bring as part of this series. And I hope you enjoyed it. I can plan on doing more, so I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, keep dueling, because this shit is hard.